because of the Republican primary, he woke up the next day to a really nasty negative ad about himself. And the Cranston campaign kept its foot on his neck for the whole summer. And Allen wound up winning by 104,868 votes, not that I would remember that. And so Rob and I have both speculated on why the boxers would do that. Was an argument that you were saying it's a pretty good strategy, but it's also an expensive one.
Okay. Rob, I think you, staying at the federal level for just a moment, mentioned earlier, just generally it's the pundits are saying that Republicans are expected to make gains across the country. Can you talk a little bit, do you have some numbers that you can try out first with regard to seats in Congress? Is it all in the House, or is the Senate looking at getting some gains also?
Well, first about the House, there's going to be Republican gains. The question is, do the Republicans gain enough to take a majority, which they, below that, there's some people in Washington that are very smart and they track this, and they do it for a living. We all watch what they say. Guys named Charlie Cook and Stu Rothenberg. They have for some time privately been saying they see a wave type of election forming. I had very nervous Republican congressmen say last December, saying, look, I'm not saying it. Charlie Cook's telling me there's a wave coming. And they were, before they even dared, contemplate the fact that John Boehner could measure for Drake in the Speaker's office. Well, now obviously the House is in play. Charlie Cook last week moved the number of seats that aren't competitive all the way to 8. That number had been sitting at 50 at the beginning of the summer, it moved to 60, and now he's saying it is 80. I don't know. I don't know enough about 80 seats to tell you my opinion of that. That's what Charlie Cook is saying. Cook, Rothenberg, Larry Sabato, University of Virginia, they all believe Republicans will take a majority in the House. And Cook's point is this, is that when you have trends like this, it usually builds and expands toward election day rather than subside. And yeah, I think that's the case. My party's on the receiving end of some of those trends in the past decade, believe me. So I think Republicans likely take the House. I don't see any event that would necessarily, obviously there's all types of unknown external international things maybe that have an effect on that, but probably not. It's very economically driven. The Senate is in play. It's now in play. I was in D.C. 2 weeks ago, spent a lot of time with all the national reporters. They were coming to the acknowledgement that the Senate's in play. But Republicans have to run the conflict perfectly. There's like no room for error. If Mike Castle loses in Delaware in the primary today against the Tea Party candidate that makes Sarah Palin look like a stateswoman, then I guess I revealed my sentiments there.
It's fitting.
It's going to be very difficult to win Delaware, which we pretty much had in our columns. Republicans have to run a perfect streak to get to the majority of the Senate. I'm skeptical that can happen. That doesn't include winning here in California. If Boxer wins, we're not going to get to the majority.
Darry, can you comment on that analysis, but then continue the line of thinking through back here to the California State House, and let's talk real quick about our state assembly, our state senate, and is there any carryover effect in terms of Republican gains?
Well, at the national level, quickly, I've done this long enough so that there have been times when I had to put on an air tanker and mask because I was going to, this wave was just going to wash over all of us. The last time I had to do that was 1994, which was Gingrich's contract with America at extinction, trying to save Rick Lean as the new Republican president, who wound up losing by more than any other Democratic incumbent president. And when these waves happened, and it happened in 72, the first year I ever ran a campaign, I know you don't think I'm that old, but it was the majority of the governor who was the president. And I was running a congressional campaign in Muncie, Indiana. And that was another tsunami, and we put on our tanks and waited it out. That's what's happened. Now, as Rob pointed out, and I just have to say this, it's not because people have become Republican. They hate both parties. They're looking for something else. And the Republicans have a virtue this year of not being Democrats. That's it. But I think that clearly the House is in play, clearly the Senate is in play. We can say that all politics is local and maybe some competent Democratic campaigns say to the House, say to the Senate. But I'm just telling you, when there's been an earthquake, 1,000 miles out in the ocean, you look at that wave, you just wonders of gerrymandering, which I've learned to appreciate more and more in this business. The Democrats will maintain very solid control of the Assembly and the state Senate. Training down, notice I took the train down. I was talking to a reporter who's writing a story, a wrap-up story for the AP about this. And, you know, and as you heard on the Target book, which is the kind of Bible book, you can take every assembly seat that is remotely competitive, and every state Senate seat that's remotely competitive, and you're going to basically see minimal change in the Assembly. This is statistics. This is just pure numbers. The way the districts were drawn after the 2000 census, the Assembly and the Senate are going to remain very solidly Democratic. Right now, there are, if you count Juan Arangula in Fresno as a Democrat, because he wasn't until he got this off.